Hello. It is our time, spooky people. Rise. Hello. It's time for a little spooky reading vlog. I'm not gonna go into too much in this video, but I've been having the worst fucking week ever. Just so many things. Horrible, terrible. Anyways, so we're going to remedy all that by being our best spooky selves. And also read some spooky books. I've been saving these, waiting to read them for a nice spooky week. And yesterday was so rainy. I was like, let's start it today. Everything went wrong. Today, rainy again. Thank the universe. So we are going to do our spooky reading times today. And for the rest of the week, because it's also going to be raining tomorrow. I just really needed this. So, I have 4 books that I picked out that I think will be optimal spooky vibes. So, we're gonna read them. So, I don't want to hear anything. I know that I already have multiple copies of Frankenstein, and yes, this is a new one. Leave me alone. I'm just a girl. Had to get this one, because this one is my vibe. The pink one with the green Frankenstein on it, it's very beautiful, very art. Love that. But you know, this one speaks to me a little bit more. And plus, I want to just preserve that one. I'm going to keep that on the shelf. It's for the looks, okay? This one is for the reading. I figure I'm a spooky gal. Even though I don't even like horror, I think a lot of you think that I do and are always recommending me horror things. I'm a scaredy cat, okay? I don't know what gave you that impression. The only scary movie that I can really watch is The Shining. Love that movie. And I watched Women in Black when I was very, very young. And I cried. And then I was like, never again. So anyways, we're gonna read Frankenstein. This is just a spooky girl classic. And now I have so many editions of it, I have to just freaking read it. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty short. And this edition has pictures. Come on. Exactly. And for this book, I'm gonna use my bookmark from my shop, Katherine.shop, called Spooky Bats. No, it's called Friggin' Bats. And if you know the reference, you're a girl boss. So, Frankenstein. Next, I have The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Khaw. Did I say crows? It's grows. I keep thinking this is a C, but it's a G. It's a little short story. I was just scrolling through Book Outlet because I wanted to order that Frankenstein edition, and it was on there, and so I was like, free shipping, come on. So I added this into my cart. I've never seen it anywhere before, but it sounded pretty spooky. I'll just read it to you verbatim. You may think you know how the fairy tale goes. A mermaid comes to shore and weds the prince. But what the fables forget is that mermaids have teeth, and now her daughters have devoured the kingdom and burned it to ashes. On the run, the mermaid is joined by a mysterious plague doctor with a darkness of their own. Deep in the eerie, snow-crusted forest, the pair stumble upon a village of ageless children who thirst for blood, and 3 saints who control them. The mermaid and her doctor must embrace the cruelest parts of their true natures if they hope to survive. Come on. Tell me that doesn't sound like a good time. So we're going to read this one. Next, I have The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu? Hucho? Huko? Haku? This book, I feel like I've seen this cover before. And again, when I was on Book Outlet, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get this one. But I think it's about a main character who speaks to the dead. And honestly, the art on this cover, gorgeous. So, Ropa dropped out of school to become a ghost talker. Ghost talker. And she now speaks to Edinburgh's dead, carrying messages to those they left behind. A girl's gotta earn a living, and it seems harmless enough. Until, that is, the dead begin to whisper that someone's bewitching children, leaving them husks empty of joy and life. It's in Ropa's city, so she feels honor-bound to investigate, but what she learns will change her world. She'll dice with death, not part of her plan, discovering an occult library and a taste for hidden magic. She'll also experience dark times, for Edinburgh hides a wealth of secrets, and Ropa's gonna hunt them all down. Edinburgh? Exactly. And then the last book that I have is one that I was fixated on in the beginning of summer. Was it the beginning? I don't know. During the dark days, I started watching the show. I watched the entire season. Actually, I don't even think I finished the last episode because I didn't want it to be over. Because it's over, it's not getting renewed. I know, we mourn, but we have the books to read. I think these are middle grade books, but the show was kind of spooky scary. I couldn't even watch it at night because, again, I'm a scaredy cat, but figured I'd read the book. Let's cover the ugly sticker because Netflix didn't even renew them. How dare you? You're gonna put your nasty little logo on there and you want me to renew the books? I mean, renew this show? So, figured I love the show so much. Also, definitely recommend watching that for the spooky season vibes. So let's read the book. This takes place in a world where ghosts at night have power, like physical power in the physical world. They roam about at night and they can harm people, and the only people that can see them and fight them are children who are gifted. And so we have our main character who is one of those gifted children, and she teams up with Lockwood. Did I say what this book was called? Lockwood and Co. The Screaming Staircase. She teams up with Lockwood and Co. and then they go do ghost hunter stuff. Love it. I also have these bookmarks. These are also for my shop that I will be using. Jack. It's a little jack lantern. Apples, more of a fall vibe. And Pumpkinhead. That's me with a pumpkin on my head. Very fun times. We're gonna read these and we're gonna live our best spooky girl lives in our nice spooky apartment, and I'm just so grateful for the space that I've created, the little pocket of the world that I have for my own. I just know my younger self would be like, girl, whoa. Like I've made it. Like I've made it to the point of which I was dreaming of when I was like a few years younger. Just happy Halloween, bitches. Love life. Or this one? So, I just finished The Salt Grows Heavy. I feel like my brain is fried in two ways. One, I just am so slow at reading physically off of a paper. I feel like I've really upped my pace in reading on my Kindle, but reading on a physical like paper is just like takes so long, and it annoys me because like my brain is going faster than my eyes can read it. But I finished this. I hope the FBI has an eye on Cassandra Caw here. I hope she's doing well, you know? Definitely was transportative, very full of prose. You know, it's a short story, so it's not, you know, very focused on plot or characters. It's just there to transport you for like a short period of time into a world of literal depravity, like what the hell is even going on, but like kind of art, but like kind of like what? Yeah, I don't even know. I feel like I need time to process this, but at the same time, like, will I ever even process this shit? Who's to say? If you have a strong stomach, then maybe sit down for an afternoon and give us a little read for the October vibes. I don't even know what to say about this book. I need to sit with it, and maybe I'll get back to you, but probably won't, because anyways, so that's done. I also read Frankenstein. I started out physically reading it, but with classics, and the language is different, and it doesn't help with my dyslexia, and with apparently how bad my pace is reading physical books. I decided to start listening to the audiobook in tandem with reading, and that was very productive. And then I ended up just listening to the audiobook because I wanted to do my puzzle. I got the World of Frankenstein puzzle. I love the world of puzzles, but I got the Frankenstein one, and so I did that. And whenever there's a puzzle on my table, every time I pass, I just like immediately get fixated on it. Like I need to like find, and it's just so satisfying to like lock the puzzle pieces in puzzle pieces in place. Anyways, literally I'm dying. It's so hot. It was 82 degrees today. No, what happened to my cold weather? Anyways, I read Frankenstein and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't exactly what I expected it to be. Like, I thought that it would focus more on the creation of the monster, but regardless, I feel like it's one of those books that I will probably come back to read like every other year, reread, just for the vibes. And it's short, kind of ish, but it's like a lot to comprehend. Enjoyed that one, and I finished it the other day. And then I've decided now, since I literally took forever to read this one like very short book physically, I'm gonna listen to the audiobook. I know I have a physical copy of it, but I'm moving on to the audiobook because my library has the audio of the Library of the Dead, so I'm gonna read that. It's 8 hours long, so I'll probably listen to it at like 2 times speed, not 2.5. That's too fast for me. Actually, I have listened to a book at 3 times speed, and I'll probably listen to it at like 2 times speed, so it's be like 4 hours. So not a long book, and we could read that one. So that's what's up next, because honestly, for Lockwood and Co., I just want to watch the show again. I love the show. Please renew it. Anyways, goodbye.